March 5th. The operational focus today sits in the southern and central plains where a sharpening dry line and strengthening southwest flow aloft are setting up the most meaningful convective threat, while a broad western trough and downstream ridge keep much of the east relatively stable but still dealing with localized sealings and coastal moisture. For crews planning banks through Texas and the Central Plains, this is a classic early spring pattern where the atmosphere reloads quickly through the afternoon. So, timing around convection will matter more than geographic coverage. Starting in the west, an amplifying upper trough pushing inland across the Pacific Northwest and northern Rockies is spreading increasing cloud cover, mountain precipitation, and pockets of moderate turbulence across Washington, Oregon, Idaho, and western Montana, with snow levels lowering over the higher terrain. Expect periodic mountain obscuration and localized IFR in terrain corridors with occasional moderate turbulence in the stronger southwest flow above the ridgelines. Farther south across California, Nevada, and Arizona, conditions are largely VFR under subsidence ahead of the trough, though gusty afternoon winds and localized mechanical turbulence will develop downwind of the Sierra and desert terrain. The primary operational weather today sits across the southern high plains into the central plains, where lee cyclogenesis east of the Rockies is tightening the pressure gradient and sharpening a dry line from West Texas into western Oklahoma and southern Kansas. Moist Gulf return flow is pushing dew points northward, while steep mid-level lapse rates overspread the region beneath increasing southwest flow aloft. Through the afternoon and evening, expect scattered supercells developing near the Texas Panhandle into western Oklahoma, with large hail, damaging winds, and a tornado risk before storms gradually organize into clusters moving northeast toward Kansas. Major hubs including Dallas, Fort Worth, Oklahoma City, and Wichita could see impacts late day and tonight depending on convective initiation timing and dryline position. Across the Midwest and Great Lakes, the environment is more stable, but still influenced by passing shortwave energy within a broad cyclonic flow pattern. Expect scattered cloud layers with pockets of MVFR ceilings and occasional light precipitation, mainly across Iowa, Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio, with localized icing possible within colder cloud layers at typical regional turboprop altitudes. Farther east across the mid-Atlantic and Northeast, weak high pressure and maritime influence keep the weather relatively quiet operationally, with VFR dominating most terminals including Washington, Philadelphia, New York, and Boston. Though coastal moisture may still support patchy lower ceilings or haze, at times near the shoreline. Down across the southeast and Florida, light southerly flow and shallow moisture will produce scattered coastal clouds and brief MVFR ceilings near the Atlantic side early, but widespread convective activity is not expected today. In summary, today's national pattern is driven by a strengthening western trough and plains dryline setup, producing the primary convective hazards in the Texas to Kansas corridor, while most other regions operate under relatively manageable ceilings, terrain weather, and localized turbulence, typical of a transitional early March flow regime.